Okay, Shalom Aleichem everybody and welcome. We have a wonderful group of Bachrim from Hadar Torah, so I figured we'll do this week's Parsha with the Bachrim. We just celebrated Matan Torah on Parshas Yisrael. Next week in Parshas Mishpatim is the famous two-word slogan. What's the two-word slogan? Na'asa ונשמע. It didn't say that in Parshas Yisrael. In Parshas Yisrael it says, Vayanu kol ha'am yachdav vayomru na'asa. It doesn't say Na'asa ונשמע. The famous slogan Na'asa ונשמע is actually only in Parshas Mishpatim next week. And the question is, many questions. Why last week's Parsha it says Na'asa, it doesn't say Na'asa ונשמע? Why last week's Parsha it says Vayanu kol ha'am yachdav, all together? And next week's Parsha it doesn't say yachdav. And the third question is even more shocking. In Parshas V'eschanan, where it recounts again what took place by Matan Torah, it says V'amaynu, and we said Shamanu v'asinu. We heard and we will do. Excuse me. The whole credit that we're getting is that we do even without Na'asa and then Nishma. In Parshas V'eschanan it says Shamanu v'asinu. What's going on here? So first of all, there's a beautiful story here from the Mittler Rebbe. The Mittler Rebbe, once, he was, as a very young child, he was learning Chumash, and he always used to start up with the London. So once the Mittler Rebbe came to the Alter Rebbe with a question, and he says, why, earlier it says, Kol shedibar Hashem Na'asa, and over here it says, Na'asa ונשמע. So the Alter Rebbe says, you're right. The Yidden Taka said Na'asa, which means to say, we're ready to do everything. But Moshe Rabbeinu, he wasn't just happy just doing it. Even though the Kabbalah Sarah was the greatest thing we will do. Moshe wanted us, we should have a feeling about it too. Shouldn't be cold-blooded. So Moshe Rabbeinu says, Na'asa ונשמע. We're doing it, but we're internalizing it, not as an external thing. ונשמע, we feel it. The Mittler Rebbe loved this answer. As a youngster, he went running to Gan Eden HaTachten, where the Hasidim were there, and he found Reb Shmuel Munkus, the famous Chassid Reb Shmuel Munkus. And he says, you heard what, I want to tell you what my Tati just told me. The Misnagdim say Na'asa. We'll do it, we do it. But Hasidim say Na'asa ונשמע. Because not only we do it with life, we do it with spirit. Sure, everything is the first step is Na'asa. But we also have to have life and spirit, which is Nishma. So why over there in Parshas Yisrael it says Yachdav, and over here in Parshas Mishpatim it doesn't say Yachdav? So the Mefarshim say like this: How could we even commit to 613 mitzvahs? Many of the mitzvahs are for Koyanim. Many of the mitzvahs are for situations that not every Yid could relate to. How could we say, yeah, we're doing it all? Not possible. So there's two ways how us people, every individual Jew, could actually fulfill all 613. Now Rizal actually says that you come back the Gilgal Neshama till you fulfill all 613 mitzvahs. But how is it possible that you do 613 mitzvahs? There's two ways. One way, that we become loyal to each other, and we do it we connect to each other, and because Kol Yisrael Arevim Zelazeh, when there's unity amongst us, it's as if we all did it together. We did it together. And then there is a second way. The second way is many mitzvahs I could do physically. Others I fulfill by studying the mitzvah, by studying about it. So this is what the pasuk says. By Parshas Yisrael, where it only said Nishma, so it can't say Yachdav. Why? Because because over there we were listening to it. I'm sorry, in Parshas. Let me start again. Yisrael, where it says Nishma.
Nothing.
I'm sorry. Let me start again. It's a mistake. But Yisrael, where it doesn't say Nishma, so over there it says Yachdav. We need all of us to be there together. Because Nishma means we studied it. I heard it. I understand it. So you have the choice of either learning about it. Then if it's learning about it, then it's individual. Because I don't have to actually do it. I can study about it to learn it. But when it is not studying it, when I'm fulfilling the mitzvah by having areva zelazah, then it could even be yachtav. Now, about the story why in Parshas V'eschanan, over there it says Asinu V'shamanu. The Chassam Sofer says a fascinating thing. Over there it recounts how the Yidden asked Moshe, please, we can't handle that Hashem is giving us all the commandments. We're parting. Our soul is leaving us. So they asked Moshe to take over. So Hashem gave us the first 2, and Moshe Rabbeinu the next 8. So over there, when they recount that, they say, Shamaynu v'asinu. Why? This is actually the Yidden were lacking a little emunah in Tzaddik. From the Eibishter himself, we were ready to do Na'asa ונשמע. But through a Moshe Rabbeinu, through a middleman, we got to check him out. So they said, Shamanu v'reinu. And he says, the Yidden, that's why it was Kaf Aleim Har Kegigas. You have to have full faith in the emunah, not only Hashem, even in the Tzaddikim, and even to Moshe Rabbeinu. But that was a default that they had, and they had to be corrected.